Yo, guys, what's going on? I have great news. This episode's going to be awesome. It's going to be our first ever interview with comedian Brad Trackman. So that's coming. Look for that at the end of this episode. And look for good music in the in-between. Let's get it. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop.
Not of this world, you know? Set apart.
Hey everybody, this is comedian Brad Trackman. You're tuned in to the Most Humble Show, which is a lot better than the Most Arrogant.
Read from the rudiments of the world. Alex, tell them no.
I'm not of this world, born by the Spirit of the living God. In His image, rearranged. In God alone we can change. I'm not of this world, born by the Spirit of the living God. In His image, rearranged. In God alone we can change. One thing that I realize, Jesus gave me a brand new life. Out of the old and into the new, my Jesus gave me a brand new view. For what pleases Him, so me no one live in a sin. No, daily I renew my mind. Cause I know not of this world.
Yeah, it's African. Yeah, I'm gonna say shout out to my boom. She said, every man that use me, national love them abuse me. They only see my face, love me for my shape. How can I move on? Yeah, don't let them use you. Don't let them abuse you, girl. You're more than just a face, more than just a shape. Stick out and move. Yeah. Not trust them no want see you smile. Them no want see you spread your wings and start fly. Like a rocket and bust through the sky, bust through the sky. You not beg no life from no guy, not beg from them. One God you rely, not follow after them tricks and them ball and lie, girl. Whatever you want, work for earn that. But not all them want see you work for earn that. Some guy want see you flirt for earn that. In a tight shirt, short skirt for earn that. Real women not sell out themselves. Them not care if a diamond a burn that, burn that. She said, every man them use me. National love them abuse me. They only see my face, love me for my shape. How can I move on?
You're tuned in to the Most Humble Show.
Don't let them abuse you. Yeah. You're more than just a face, more than just a shape. Think God and move. She said when I look in his eyes, no way it could have been at this guy. She headed for a big surprise. That boy couldn't tell no lies. She couldn't believe what she got into. Enough man are real, them only want get in you. That lifestyle you're not into. Righteousness, how will you continue? She said, every man them use me. National love them abuse me. They only see my face, love me for my shape. How can I move on? Yeah. Don't let them use you. Don't let them abuse you. Yeah. You're more than just a face, more than just a shape. Think God and move
on. Shout out to anyone who's had a painful experience with an ex-girlfriend, maybe an ex-boyfriend, maybe just an ex-friend. They were just your friend. And you stop being friends. I don't know. Maybe maybe the guy at Dunkin' Donuts stopped saying hi to you this morning. Did something happen? What happened?
I'm not a fool. I'm not crazy. I'm not a fool. I'm not crazy. I'm not a fool. How can you just be fooling me? How long you been fooling me? Every day you play me the tricks. Every time you used to fooling me. You keep me hanging. You waste all my time. You keep me hanging, girl. You waste all my time. That's why I'm singing. I'm not crazy. I'm not a fool. I'm not crazy. I'm not a fool. I'm not crazy. I'm not a fool. How can you just be fooling me? How long you been fooling me?
as if I don't see. I pretend as if I don't know. But I know I'm not that fool.
I don't think that guy's practicing very good relationship etiquette. Just overlooking on it. You can't overlook everything, you know. Eventually, it adds up. So, I almost forgot to mention, this is a Christian radio show. Praise Jesus Christ. We're thankful to Him for everything, especially this show. We're thankful to 98.5 for having us, rocking with us. UptownRadioPhilly.org. We're thankful to you for tuning in. I would say that this song represents the kind of tempo the show usually moves in.
Hi guys, Kevin. I'm over here at the barbecue restaurant. I'll be waiting for you guys. Whatsoever.
Hey Penny, how you doing, Mr. Rusty, Mr. Simmons? Going up at 555, triple nickel. And Tuesday, January the 4th. Just trying to get over to find out when that event was going to be take place, you know. So, oh no, give me a call back, please. Thanks, my friend. God bless you. Peace and grace.
Yo, Ben, it's Mike. 10:30 a.m. Monday. Just turned your call from last night. Talk to you, bro. Hope you're well. I agreed to be friends with Sarah, so that's fine. Move on. There's other options out there, so just praying for the Lord's will in both our lives, brother. Peace in, peace out. Be easy, brother.
The same God who measured the waters in the hollows of his holy hands is the same God that uses broken man to expand his fixed plan. Sovereign, infinite, eternal, personal and intimate, independently playing the harp with the various parts of our heart's instrument. Yeah, a symphony of saints saved from sin, singing spiritual songs, pausing in awe where all praise and all applause belongs to God. Stretching and bending, pitch, pruning, tightening and tuning is the residue of his resin. That's the evidence of his divine choosing. Using the weather and the storm to conform us into the image of our glorious Lord. Scorned to compose the score, being stitched together in a melodious chord. It's the strumming and pressing of strings that momentarily stings, but in the end ultimately brings us to a place that causes hearts to sing.
Guys, this next song called Take My Everything by 1000 Pictures. God asks you when you come to Him to lay down your life. Give Him everything. Let Him work through you. Praise Jesus. I'm really like this beat. It makes me want to get up, but I can't. But I want to get out, so I could. You can do that, but I gotta stay
Yes,
in.
I can and I will. All my dreams be fulfilled, and I'm holding on. This I know, that these obstacles, constant, expensive apartments, they're wanting more. This I know, and all will become so clear like developing photographs. Whoa. So punch my ticket to ride inside. I'm so eager to go. Whoa. So here, take my everything. Some words you can feel. Whoa. I'm falling so far from you. A love that is real. This I know, I know, I know. See, there's no place to hide from frustration, tears I've cried. It's alright. Said I can, so I will. My dreams be fulfilled like on a TV show. Whoa. And all will become so clear like developing photographs. Whoa. So punch my ticket to ride inside. I'm so eager to go. So here, take my everything. Some words you can feel. Whoa. I'm falling so far from you. A love that is real.
You're tuned in to the Most Humble Show.
So go take my hand.
It ain't about that. It's not about that at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's easy to talk about. It's easy to sum it up when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice. I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to lead by. I know that. And I'm not shoving it aside.
I'm not afraid of anything in this world. There's nothing you can throw at me that I haven't already heard. I'm just trying to find a decent melody, a song that I can sing in my own company. You've got to get yourself together. You've got stuck in a moment, and now you can't get out of it. Don't say that later will be better. Now
listening to community radio at its best. Uptown Radio, WJYN, 98.5 FM, serving Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The opinions of this program are not the opinions of the station management or the Uptown Entertainment and Development Corporation.
It's your boy, Limited Dawn. Well, we're waiting for Ben. Ben is blowing up some steam right now. I guess he's a little bit flustered. You already know. What can I do? Well, in the meantime, we're just gonna get the show started.
I know the world what we live are built on pagan philosophies, living in an age of man-made ideologies. Deceive the people cause God them no one we see. Famous and the Illuminati's evil strategies, hidden in satanic secret societies. Corrupt the faith that we have in the Almighty. Preach the word but the hidden now want it, and them wonder why the youth them so want it. Flowers and roses, lion on the basket, visions of people, lion on the casket. Rescue, 911, revelation has started, the book has begun. Yesterday's has made war against the Christian. If the terrorist strike on 9/11, not deep another strike for our domination. What's the diff, what's the blind, you don't know where you're going. On the ship, them a bully all over the eyes. On the ship, them a wolf in the disguise. On the ship, them a bully all over the eyes. On the ship, you cannot trick me this time. Millions of bullets, them loading at the clip like a million slave for the cranking of a whip. For the million souls that are bound to get tricked, them sell out for a million just to get rich. Computer age of the microchip, them a set the stage for the 666. Yeah, me people stop fighting one another. The eating at the kitchen, it I go get hotter. And if you can't hear that, you won't go feel. Jesus say, "My the king wanted to open up the seal." The God where you deny is God and his will come make him bruise the head of the beast with his skin. To come to defeat the wicked and powers of darkness. Go get a sharpest some of words who can mark this. Deal them a deal and bargain them a bargain. They never know say how we them a talk.
Gotta watch out for the wolves in sheep's clothing. Stay praying. This is Pray With Me, Howie Hutchinson. Don't pray with me, though. I play alone in my prayer closet. But do pray for me.
And every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Upon our Lord. Come and pray with me. 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 My granny used to pray so hard. My granny used to pray so hard. My granny used to pray so hard, so hard. She used to pray so hard. Before she go to bed, she pray night and day. She used to show us how to pray. Grandfather in the cornfield, planting the cornfield. That's so we plant, that's so we pray. Chopping with his cutlass, and he start to pray. That's how I know how to pray. Come and pray with me. Come and pray.
You're tuned in to the most humble show.
Come and pray. A city on a hill, it cannot be hide. I am the son.
Knowledge music.
Yeah, we've been locked down way too long. Some people thinking I'm a saint cause my faith too strong. I had a pocket full of change, but I changed. Yeah, I still get it cause I'm having more than money on my brain. 28 and I'm living the life. Tattoos, long dreads, and I'm living for Christ. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to show the world that I can be a better me instead of burning while I'm under the light. See, I don't think y'all get it. We got free will. We can either move for Christ or we can be still. And people looking at me like another church boy, saying that I changed, but you should know that I'ma keep it real. He took me out of the furnace so I could see another day. I was slave running for my life like a runaway. Yeah, I used to live life like a slave. Now I'm saved. I got a little taste and I would never be the same because I got freedom. Through Christ we got yeah, yeah. We've been through the pain. Now we all got look, put your hands together. Put your hands together for look, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been through every situation. It took a while for me to get here, but look, I wasn't always this patient. We was made together, we was raised together, we was saved together, and when times was hard, we even prayed together. And now we're living for the King, cause he reigns forever. Look, I'ma make a move like Luda when I roll out. They're steady chasing after bread. Gold mounts, play the major role.
Sticking with the prayer theme. I heard him say something about praying. All right, it's The Wilderness, Timothy Brindle, featuring Ian Buchanan, Zay the Blacksmith, and Ben Wilson.
My name is Abram, yo, I used to serve other gods. My ways were pagan, but I couldn't resist his summons call. I came to Canaan many days across rugged soil, but since he's the living God, he's worth it just to suffer hard. Some think I need my brain examined, cause I left my father's house for the land God gave me, but it's plagued with major famine. With lies I'm struggling, a sojourner suffering. I go down to Egypt, but the Lord will bring me up again. He's telling me this eternal is my homeland, but I'm dwelling in tent, sojourner in my own land. Though I'm battered and I'm bruised, I set the pattern for these Jews of sufferers who trust your word. 11th chapter of Hebrews. See, I'm the forefather of many suffering sons of God who preferred this to being whoremongers. Though it's a dark call and getting hard often, he'll bring us into glory cause our faithful God's sovereign.
Loved by my father and despised by my brethren, tossed in a pit and then sold by these henchmen. A slave in Egypt, but the Lord's who I'm trusting in. He's preserving the nations, I'll trust he'll raise me up again. His wisdom's sufficient, though I'm a slave in this prison. Betrayed by my kinsmen, but by grace I'll forgive them. Raised up by God to provide for all the nations, to eat of this bread and be saved from starvation. As for my brothers who sought after to kill me, I'm forgiving their sin and invite them to come feast with me. Into lawless hands I was handed over, but now I reign over the land by the hand of Jehovah. I trusted him who indeed was able to raise me up from out of the pit and release me from slavery. Trust and believe in the one who will certainly raise thee, the promised seed who suffers as king in order to save thee.
It's been a rugged ride through this wilderness, surviving this pilgrimage. I've seen your people wildin' while you providing the illest gifts. I've seen your work restoring, turning bitter water sweet. When you gave us bread from heaven, it was more than we could eat. You know, trooping through the desert, it was never pleasant though. I always had this feeling that you would have never let us go, cause you heard the cries from your children suffering in Egypt. Though you're not obliged to, with signs and wonders you were freed us. We suffered in the desert, tempted and dwelling in tents, but in this wilderness, Yahweh's tent dwelled in our midst. And now you brought me to this mountain on which I have my last moments. It's tough to digest, but it's the promised land that I'm beholding. And even though I'll never know its valleys or its peaks, in this wilderness I've grown to know my Lord and I have peace. Though we don't deserve to be your people, thank you that you chose us. With this last breath I plead that you receive your servant Moses.
In this wilderness, Lord, I need you, I need you.
Albert Einstein issued one of my most favorite quotes in the history of the spoken word, and it is as follows: in the middle of opportunity, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. I'm going to repeat that so I have clarity tonight. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. This is the opportunity we've been waiting for.
Yeah, life is what you make your own bed. And lay in it, keep dreaming, no sleeping though.
Biggie said ready to die, guess he reaped it though. I praise all life after death like his last CD. If he wasn't saved, reasonable doubt, like Jay-Z. Maybe they were all good kids in a mad city. Pac got rich but died trying like 50. I exalt the Lord and in return the Lord lifts me up way above all the issues and stress and trying to usher God in the rap. Singing my confessions till you bow down to him like Westside Connection. This ain't the Black Album, that's my name and complexion. Correction, dark skin, Jesus walking with me like Yeezy. College had to drop out cause it wasn't easy chasing millies like Weezy. College registration came and went like the album. I'm more Rakim, tell them pump up the volume. Like the Wayne, I live in a different world. I'm the new Ice Cube, not the one with the curl. Less attitude, no N-word either. It was all written. Hell is fire like ether, sing higher like Aretha. Money, power, respect, no locks on me. I've been set free, no blocks or the cops on me. On the road of life, it was a rough ride. No longer a bad boy, I had to switch sides. Could have been on death row or killed so many times. Just a young thug committing so many crimes. Now I kill tracks with Murder Inc. I'm yelling Ja Rules, but it's far from what you think. And it's a cold world, but
just a quick chance to tell everyone I know Tupac's older brother, Mopreem Shakur, one time he recorded the tracks for me. I was like, yo, bro, just don't curse on the track. Just don't curse on it. That's all. That's my only request. And he's like, yo, shout out Trill Humble, Thug Life. And then he cursed like pretty much the whole track. So I didn't never put it out. But it's true. I had it. Have it. I don't think I have it anymore. Had it. I'm from Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Shout out where you're from. Comment below. This group, yes, group DIEL, 3 dudes, I think. Maybe it's 1 dude, but it looks like it's 3. Unless he has multi-personality disorder. I'm from Kingston.
Join the line, no matter where you take it, a traffic time, yeah. Stop light, wind up fast, and still I go splash up the windshield bars. Take out the bills until it make it blast. You don't know if a criminal or if it end up last. Kingston City are the realest city. I mean, I stop love when we come from. No matter how times are, I figure brass. City, I mean little island. Up, down, round, down. One thing everybody have in common. You know if you ask is where we come from. From the way we go on, everybody understand. I'm from Kingston, representing Kingston City. I'm from Kingston, nowhere I would rather be. I'm from Kingston, so paint the city in my heart. You know if you ask is where we come from the way we go on, everybody under. Sun hot like fire cause I'm mickle day. So me try go down a tasty, but party get expensive like KFC. So me might as well just buy a big deal. China man start run things now. Me might have to learn some ching chai chow. I really have one question, Mr. Government. Are you gonna sell out the whole island? Water gone and nobody can pay. But you have to work so you draw for your bill. Water Commission said they need funding. Sometimes it's not a fun thing when you come from where we come from. So it no matter if you're born a yard, you're born a brand. Countryman will left in yard and you once you pass through the little piece of land. Me say pull up your hand and sing. I'm from Kingston, representing Kingston City. I'm from Kingston, nowhere I would rather be. I'm from Kingston, so paint the city in my heart. You know if it asks is where me come from the way me go and everybody understand. Sunday evening, vibes are built. No matter where you do, you hear a big son of play. Ballers them in the street, ball game. The rest of we go there one else go eat ice cream. Ilan gully ride out, smell my chicken stand bubble with the rice and peas. Things not perfect, but Father God thanks cause you blessed we with strength and we natural ready. Represent for Kingston City. I'm from Kingston, nowhere I would rather.
You're listening to community radio at its best. Uptown Radio, WJYN, 98.5 FM, serving Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The opinions of this program are not the opinions of the station management or the Uptown Entertainment and Development Corporation.
That's right. They're mostly my opinions, except tonight on this episode we've got, or it can be today, by the way. It can be wherever you want. Just stay in the moment. All right. We got Brad Trackman coming in. We got an interview. We got a guest. After this song, exclusive Brad Trackman.
Hey, Ben, it's Kathleen. They wanted to know when did this happen and how did it happen. I'm on the phone with one of the reps.
You're tuned in to the Most Humble Show.
Heyo, Brad. What's going on, bro? How are you? Sorry about that little mix-up there. I'm an amateur, Brad.
You're always mixing things up, man.
It's what we do. It's what we do best here at the Most Humble Show. Thanks for calling in. You ever check out any of our episodes on YouTube on your busy touring schedule, man?
I haven't, but I'm gonna.
Oh my gosh, I love an honest guest.
Maybe you should let the listeners in on how we know each other and stuff,
or even who you are, right?
How we're buds.
This is Brad Trackman, guys, and he is a world famous stand-up comedian. He's been on the likes of recently Mike Huckabee. Before that, I think was it Jay Leno or Conan O'Brien. Either way, several late night TV experiences that I'll let him tell you about. He's a renowned Philly comic. Probably best known also at Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia, where I saw him.
Dude, you are getting everything about me wrong.
Oh, man.
Everything. But it's okay. I love you anyway. We met at Helium Comedy Club.
Well, that part I got right then.
That part you got right. I was on Craig Ferguson, the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. I've been on a bunch of different shows. I've been on Gotham Comedy Live, Comics Unleashed. I was on Huckabee.
Okay, so another thing I got right.
Dry Bar. What's that?
I'm 2 for 5, so I'm just keeping track.
Okay. I was on a Star Search with Arsenio Hall. Been on NBC's Later, NBC's Friday Night Videos. That goes back like way back. Comedy Central, different spots on Comedy Central. But I also am a best-selling published author. I have a book out called Permanently Suspended. That's about a broadcaster, kind of a notorious shock jock who was very controversial by the name of Anthony Cumia. That was part of the legendary Opie and Anthony show. That was a cool experience. And you and I we met years ago at Helium and just have kept in touch ever since. You're a great guy, and I'm so happy that you got this show and that you're doing well. And yeah, man, it's great to talk to you.
Brad, I'm sorry. I don't know that's why I like to let the artists introduce themselves, but I know you most from comedy, just in general. Although I did enjoy recently hearing new stuff on the Huckabee, or maybe it wasn't new stuff, and I forgot your old stuff, but I like all your stuff, Brad.
I appreciate it.
I don't love it all.
Stuff.
How was your writing experience? I wanted to ask you, what was your first experience putting out a book? You've probably written before, but not on this level. And I wanted to know what the pressure was, what the lead up is. Does Barnes & Noble carry books? How's this go?
Yeah, man. I mean, the book is available everywhere, in bookstores everywhere, and it's also, nowadays kind of bookstores are slowly but surely becoming a little bit obsolete, but it's definitely available on BarnesNoble.com and also on all the other platforms like, AmazonBooks.com and all that other stuff. It was a cool experience. What happened was this. For a few years, I was writing as kind of like a ghostwriter for other authors, implementing humor into other people's books, which hooked me up with a major literary agent out of Los Angeles. And I was like a gun for hire. And then, out of nowhere, my agent was like, hey, how would you like to write a biography? There's a shock jock. And, I knew who Anthony Cumia was because I knew of Opie and Anthony being a New York City comic. And that was one thing. You said a Philadelphia comic, but I'm really a New York City comic. I spent 15 years in New York City, and I'm really my career is based out of New York City. After I got married, I moved to South Jersey, which is where I grew up with my wife. We bought a house and stuff. But anyway, I digress.
Is that why you took offense to the Philadelphia, that the rivalry is real?
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's like I'm really not. If anything, I think I'm definitely more known as a New York comic because I'm a regular to all the clubs in New York City. Have been for years and years and years, and I just feel like that's where my roots are. So it's not like, and I feel like Philadelphia, like the comics in our area, there's some sort of weird resentment with me a little bit too, because I don't know what it is, man. These younger comics.
I think it's because you teach those classes, and they're like, I don't want to be taught how to be funny.
It's pretty much that, dude. I think that's one of the big reasons. Even though
I am not even kidding. We live in an unteachable generation.
I think I'm responsible for 90% of the Philadelphia comedy community, ironically, but yeah, it's a weird thing because I have a teacher class now out of the Punchline, which I love. I love the Punchline Comedy Club. It's great, but I have a class there, which is cool, man. It's like a good way of giving back, but it's so funny how I just got an email yesterday from a student who's like, I didn't even remember. I've had hundreds of students, and he's just like, hey, you probably don't remember me, but I'd love to write a testimonial for you because since I took your class, I'm headlining up and down the East Coast, and I really appreciate you. And that was just so sweet. And he's doing like the Christian comedy market.
You should get him out here on Saturday, Brad. He could have done the benefit. Oh, man.
You know what? I could reach out to him, man. I could reach out to him for sure. Like, I mean, he literally just emailed me. Like,
maybe that's God working. The way of the Lord is who can see the wind blows.
To do it, and I apologize, but
the listeners don't even know. They don't even know. Don't even bring him into it. Don't even. If you could turn any activity into an Olympic sport.
I was offered, I had an interview with Anthony Cumia, who was part of Opie and Anthony, which is like a really, they were a huge radio show. I mean, huge. They were nationally syndicated. They were rivalries. They had a rivalry with Howard Stern, even though they weren't really going against him until the latter part of their careers. But they were actually even under the same umbrella. But Howard had such power that he wouldn't allow any of his guests to go on their show. He felt threatened by their success. It was just kind of pretty wild. Anyway, but get the book. It's called Permanently Suspended. And I had a writing partner by the name of John Russo who, he was supposed to help. He didn't help. He was completely inebriated and alcoholic throughout the whole process. He literally may have added like 2 sentences in the whole book that were kind of orchestrated by way of me anyway. And then he did come up with the title of the book, though, which is awesome. Permanently Suspended is a great title, so I give him credit for that. But I wrote the whole book cover to cover, and
take that, John.
I'm proud of it. It was good. It was a cool experience. Really cool.
Well,
I didn't know, if I could do it, and I did it. And I have to admit, though, writing a book with Anthony Cumia was like the easiest thing in the world. I mean, the guy, you just push a tape recorder and push play, and I mean, his stories are just, he's a hilarious guy. Even if you don't agree with his politics or anything about him, he was a wonderful guy to work with, and extremely funny, smart, and it's a really great book because it's a rags to riches story, and I'm always a big fan of those. And hey, it has a beginning, middle, and end, and I like it. I was very proud of the book, and it's been well received. It's been doing really well, thank God.
Praise God.
That's it, man.
Well, if you could turn any activity into an Olympic sport, what would it be?
Eating pizza, dude.
You are pretty good at that.
Pizza.
I see your Facebook
I'm a big
feed.
Pizza guy.
What's your worst pizza? The worst pizza you ever had?
The worst pizza? That's a good one. Worst pizza I
Maybe you don't have to name the location, but do you remember a time where you're like, this pizza should not have been?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's been many times where I was disappointed with some pizza. Thinking like, there's a lot of crappy pizza out there. Oh God, there's a place in the Catskills. That's all I have to say. I won't go into specifics, but I'm there this weekend. So if you go on my website, you'll find out.
You're listening to community radio at its best. Uptown Radio, WJYN, 98.5 FM, serving Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The opinions of this program are not the opinions of the station management or the Uptown Entertainment and Development Corporation.
It's amazing how, like, certain people, for me, pizza is like a pretty simple thing. You get the good dough, get some good sauce, and you get some good cheese. But a lot of people don't want to spend the money on the good dough. They don't do the right flour, and they don't do a good sauce, and they don't do good quality cheese. So,
well, I'm gluten-free, dairy-free, and so I thought, that's it. That's the end of my pizza life. I found a brand called Daya, D-A-Y, or D-A-I-Y-A. Sponsor me if you hear this. And they make gluten-free, dairy-free pizza. And that was delicious.
That's awesome.
However, they have a competitor. I think her name's Amy. I don't know if it's Amy's Pizza. Either way, this pizza, I made it in my toaster oven. I forgot about it. I was in pain or busy with extracurricular activities. Nonetheless, I came back the next day, and that pizza looked the exact same, and it felt the exact same. It was kind of just like cardboard. So, But my pizza experience is minimal, Brad. I'm an amateur again here. I have another question I wrote down. I wanted to ask you, what does humble mean to you?
Humble means to me letting your work speak for itself. That's what humble means to me. It means not having to talk about your talent, letting your talent speak for itself. That's what I equate being humble. And it doesn't have to be with talent. It could be like just your successes in life, whether it be your family, your wife, your son, your home, your
even other people's accomplishments that you treasure. Like, for example, I'm happy about your Dry Bar special, bro. I love Dry Bar comedy. I'm a Christian, and I like clean comedy. It's hard to find nowadays, and I'm a big fan of Dry Bar.
you can really get, because
we all got closets full of skeleton bones, secrets we'll never tell on our own. And we all got vaults full of shame and regret, failures that would take to our death. And I regret leaving you when you were bound for London, without saying I was proud of something. But the clarity of hindsight, it amounts to nothing when the silence from a phone becomes the sound of suffering. Let's go. And when the pin drops, it's so loud, it's an eruption like Sunday morning coming down on a street corner wishing I was stoned. I barely even trust myself when I'm alone. Yeah, but we get what we deserve in the end. Yeah, we get what we deserve in the end. And I deserve your silence. Yeah, I deserve your silence. Keep a hand on the holster, hand on the holster. Now it's on the 40 and the others on the Bible, others on the Bible. I used to tell her that I loved her, tell her that I loved her. I'd even move north just to be beside a family, be beside a family. Yeah. She used to tell me that she loved me, tell me that she loved me, even though she cheated when I went to see my family, went to see my family. We get what we deserve in the end. Yeah, we get what we deserve in the end. And you deserve my silence. Yeah, you deserve my silence. So much I call all about you. So much I call. Wants what it wants and it takes what it takes. It bends to forgive and it breaks when it breaks. And we take leave of our senses and hope for the best. But the best is when we keep intentions close to the vest. I've been told I'm so naive that I'm a danger to myself, but I believe the danger's when you try to label someone else. I got one hand on the 40 and the other's on the word. See, one will get you drunk, but they both will get you hurt. Let's go.
Them both. I know Brian better. I used to open for Brian quite a bit. We had the same management company that we were working with for a while, the Conversation Company. He was with Rory. I was with Rory's brother Peter for a short stint. But regardless, I used to, before Brian went to theaters only, I used to work with him a lot at comedy clubs, like especially at Caroline's in New York City, and I got to know him. And he's a great guy, and anyway, the Dry Bar thing, it's really cool. Yeah, I noticed that some really good comics were doing it, and then I reached out to someone that I found out that was booking it, and somebody that I knew from a long time ago. I literally sent him an email, and I said, hey, man, I'd like to do it. And he's like, can you do this date? I mean, he literally just gave it to me right away. And then you get a video once you're confirmed, and the video says, there's clean, and then there's Provo clean. And, you're not allowed to say God. Like, you can't say, oh, God, dear God, any kind of, which I thought was cool.
That's interesting. Growing up, my mom always, and a lot of moms probably teach, if you say, oh, my God, taking the Lord's name in vain. But then, what about you're supposed to be calling out to God for, everything? So then, I don't know. It just gets tricky because if I drop a glass bottle on the floor and it smashes, I'm like, oh my God, it's reasonable. But then if it's a plastic bottle of water and there's no danger, then it's taking the Lord's name in vain. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like depending on the level of circumstance. So it's tricky.
Yeah, it is. It's like semantics. But regardless.
Semantics? Is that when you hate Jews? I love Jews.
No, that's a different. That's Semitic.
Gotcha.
Semantics is different. That's like a way of saying something, whereas Semitic that's what the Jews. And yeah, you should love Jews because Jesus was one. That's where he started, man. That was his first business.
Amen.
Then like every great Jew, he started his own business. That's the way I say. But Jesus is great. And what was I going to say?
I don't know. I appreciate the return back to my show, which is our theme here is we don't just play Christian music. We play good music, but we want to praise God through everything we do. What's some good music to you? It doesn't necessarily need to be Provo Clean, but what's some artists, some music to you? It's giving you some inspiration out on whether you're touring, whatever,
You know what I should do? I should look on my iTunes. I mean, I love the Beatles. I told you that when we spoke privately. I love the Beatles. I love ELO.
Oh, wow. Electric Light Orchestra.
What's that?
Just helping the noobs, the kids born after, probably, or before 91, or before 95. I don't know. ELO, some cool people from my age know ELO. But either way, Electric Light Orchestra, youngins. Look it up.
Yeah, I mean, geez. They had some really epic songs. I like... You know what song I like? You're going to think, oh my God, he is so corny. And I said, oh my God. But I like that song by Louis Capaldi, Someone You Loved. I think that's a pretty song.
No, it's a great song. Do you know the song, Once I Was 7 years old, my mama told... Yeah. All right.
It's a good tune.
Yeah, I love that kind of music.
Do you like Sting?
I always say there's 3 people not invited to my funeral, and it's the police.
That's so funny.
I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a Sting fan. I'm not. Did you know that song, Every Breath You Make, or Take, or whatever, his most popular song, a lot of people ask him to perform it at weddings, and they think it's a romantic song, but he actually wrote it as like a vengeful, like hateful thing towards his ex.
I did not know that, but I do like his voice, and I think he's a good bass player, but we can move on. Who else?
Sting's all right with you.
Yeah, I like him. I don't get too much into, believe it or not, I know this is terrible, I really don't listen to the words of songs. I listen to the melody of the music and how the songs just like, I don't really like get into the lyrics as much as most people do. I just like, I just listen to the way he sings or the way she sings, and just I don't really get into the message that much of music. I'm so like shallow. I like Kenny Loggins. I like I'm just going through my iTunes here. Here's a new group that I like. I like the Struts. They're kind of like
interesting.
A little bit, but
like
Struts
Spoon.
are pretty cool.
Look up the band Spoon. You might like them. There's so much music though. So much music.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Disturbed?
No, but that doesn't sound up my alley.
Yeah, probably not. But the drummer is like really good. I'm a drummer, by the way.
Oh wow. Percussion has a lot to do with delivery. Jerry Seinfeld always says
there you
that.
Go.
Yeah.
You're right. There's definitely a correlation for sure. It's a very astute comment, Ben.
Well, thanks for that, Brad. And when's your Dry Bar Comedy special dropping? What day is that?
It is dropping, according to Dry Bar. I got this message from the girl. Her name's Nicole. I just checked the post-production schedule, and it looks like the team has scheduled your special to be released around March 25th. So around March 25th.
All right. Well, you guys better go check out the special. It's Brad Trackman, the one, the only. Brad, we're going to let you choose where this show is headed in the next direction. Would you rather hear I Won't Back Down cover by, I think he's deceased, Tom Petty. Rest in peace.
He is deceased, and I love that song.
Or, and I know, I already know, but Hey Tonight by Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Hey, tonight. I'm going to go with Tom Petty.
All right. I knew it. I knew he was going to do that. All right, guys, when you come back, we won't be here with Brad, but we wish that we would. Brad, will you come in studio sometime?
I will definitely come in studio, and we're going to eat pizza together, and we're going to hang, and we're going to be cool. Yeah, for sure.
You can teach me how to be funny. I can't stand. I'm not funny. I want to be a stand-up comedian.
You're funny, Ben. And I got to tell you, you got a great personality, and I'm so happy that you're celebrating 10 years after your accident, and I'm just proud that you have this great show, and you're awesome. I love you, man.
Hey, bro. I love you. Thanks for calling in.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stare me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I'll stand my ground. I won't be turned around. And I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. I won't back down, baby. There ain't no easy way out. I won't back down, and I'll stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I know what's right, and I got just one life. In a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground, and I won't back down. I won't back down, baby. There ain't no easy way out. I won't back down. I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got just one life. In a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground, and I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
Hey, come on.
nice to have friends. It is so nice. Yes, it is. Hey, Brad. That was awesome, man. Thanks for calling in. Hey, listener. Thanks for listening. Give us a like. Give us a comment. Subscribe. Peace.